Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chris Davis, and today we're going to do a review of the premiere of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3. So the premiere happened last week. I watched it a couple days ago, the first 3 episodes. I want to give you guys a review and give you my thoughts on it. I wanted to upload this Monday, but there's some things I had to take care of at home that we couldn't wait. So I'm giving you this video now to upload with my videos for twice a week. And don't worry, I'm gonna have some more video ready for Sunday and Monday. That's the plan. But anyway, getting into it, the premiere of Star Wars Bad Batch Season 3. So this is the last season. The first 3 episodes I thought were really good. The first one and the third one. The second one, it was alright. I think we could have done without it. But honestly, the best parts of this season premiere was episode 1 and 3. So with episode 1, where it begins is we see Omega. She's in prison at Hollander's secret lab, where the Bad Batch, they're trying to look for her, but they don't know where Hollander's secret lab is. So Omega's a prisoner. She's not treated terribly because she's there to make sure that Nala Se cooperates with what Hollander wants. So Omega's made into Nala Se's lab assistant like she was on Kamino. And so we see Omega do her tasks day to day, looking out for the Loricans, helping Nala Se in the lab, taking blood of clones. We see that Omega has run into Crosshairs. She sees that he's a prisoner there, and she talks to him about escaping and everything. And Crosshairs is broken. He's like, there's no point in escaping. I tried to already. Look, if I had a chance to escape, I wouldn't hesitate to escape and leave you behind. And if you ever have the opportunity, you need to do the same. But Omega sees the good in Crosshair, even though after everything he's done, he's betrayed his other brothers. He sided with the Empire despite all the cruelties they've done. Omega still sees good in him, even though she doesn't know what we know about Crosshair, that he's seen the light. He's finally seen the Empire for what it is, an oppressive regime that suppresses people's rights. We know that about Crosshair, but Omega really doesn't know all that much about his change of character. She just knows that there's still good on him, and that he's one of the Bad Batch. He's one of Hunter, Tech, and Wrecker. He's still part of that crew, and she's not gonna give up on him, even though Crosshair has given up. So episode 1, we see Omega assisting Nala Se, and when Emery, the other clone, which with Emery, this is foreshadowing, we can see that she is going to turn on Hollander and the Empire, and she's going to help Omega in the future. They've already set up foreshadowing for this, because I think it was either episode 1 or episode 3, when Omega's personal doll was taken away because she couldn't have anything personal. When Omega was sent back to her cell for helping a Lorican escape because she basically domesticated it, Emery returned the doll. So even though Emery is following Hollander's orders, it shows there's still some humanity in her, and there is some good in her, and I can see foreshadowing of her turning against Hollander and helping Omega some kind of way in the future. So episode 1 was just us seeing Omega in her new environment, adapting to it, and her one day hoping to escape from this place. She will in episode 3, but we'll get to that. In episode 2, this is going to be very brief. I'm not going to stay on it too long because really, for what we know right now, we could have skipped this episode because it didn't really move the story that much. It gave us an update on Hunter and Wrecker, what they've been up to. They've been searching for Omega, and they've been looking for her, but they're searching through the entire galaxy, which is like a needle in a haystack. And they're trying to find up on leads and stuff, trying to work with other clients that can give them information about where Hollander's secret lab is. And that eventually leads them to one of Hollander's abandoned secret labs, where they go on this adventure. They find these other clones, younger clones, who have been abandoned when the secret lab was bombarded with orbital bombardment. Now, that secret lab suffered an orbital bombardment because an experiment at Hollander's lab with some vines grew out of the Empire's control, and so they decided, we can't control this monster, we're gonna just bomb the whole place. And these younger clones, they were very reluctant to trust Wrecker and Hunter, because the other clones, when the orbital bombardment happened, they deserted them, they left them, they said, hey, we're only following orders, that excuse, even though the orders were mortally wrong. But episode 2 is just Hunter and Wrecker working with these younger clones to potentially find a way off the planet. Not just off the planet, they can get off the planet if they want, but they are working with these young clones because they think that in the abandoned secret laboratory of Hollander lies a clue where to find Omega. And so Hunter and Wrecker work with these young clones to get in that secret facility, fighting off the monster that Hollander's secret lab created, and trying to find leads on where Omega is. So, like I said, I'm not going to spend too long on that. That's the gist of the episode. The next big part comes in episode 3. Now, this really moves the plot forward. So, in episode 1, I forgot to mention that when Omega was working with Nala Se, when the clones' blood were taken, Emery also took Omega's blood. And the reason why she's taking blood is the Empire's trying to find the genetics to find a perfect clone that doesn't degrade. And when Nala sees that Omega's blood has been taken, she immediately destroys it. She did this in episode 1. In episode 3, we finally figure out why Nala Se did that. It's because in Omega is the genetics to make a clone that doesn't degrade. And when the Empire figures this out, when Hollander figures this out, he's going to test on Omega, and he's going to do the experiment to make the perfect clone that doesn't degrade. And it's gonna be at the expense of Omega's life. We can just assume that, because Nala Se says, you stay here in this base, you don't leave right now, you're gonna die, you're gonna be in danger. So you need to escape now. Your life depends on it. And so when Omega gets that warning from Nala Se, she has no choice but to escape, because if she stays, she's gonna die anyway. So she wings a escape, and she gets Crosshair involved, and Crosshair decides to come along. And we also figure out that the Emperor is visiting Hollander's secret lab, to see like what he has been working on. And uh, Hollander's showing the Emperor around, and he's showing them all the different um, things that they've been working on. And when Crosshair hears that the Emperor is here, you can see his hand tremble. That's how powerful the Emperor is here. That's how powerful the Emperor is. That just the mention of the Emperor made Crosshair's hand shake. Um, Crosshair told Omega that she needed a plan, that the Emperor being here definitely wasn't a good day to try to wing and escape. They have to anyway. They escape through the Lorcan chute. Uh, they figure out that Hollander figures out that Crosshair and Omega have escaped the walls, and so he sends like a team to go after them. Crosshair and Omega work together to hijack the recovery team shuttle, and they escape. But they escape for like one reason only. Hollander would have shot them down if Emery didn't tell him that Omega contained the genetics to complete his experiment. So Hollander couldn't afford to permanently lose Omega, so he let them escape, and that's where episode 3 ends. And so, really good season premiere. Crosshair and Omega escaped. This we know this will lead to Crosshair, Omega rejoining Omega, and this will lead to Omega and Crosshair reuniting with Hunter and Wrecker. And I can't wait for that episode to come out, because it's going to be interesting to see how Hunter and Wrecker react when they see Crosshair. I know they're going to be very weary and reluctant to accept him because he sided with the Empire over his brothers, but I think Omega is going to talk them over into accepting Crosshair, and that the Empire made Crosshair his prisoner, and that Crosshair helped her escape, and Crosshair can explain to them that, you know, he was wrong for siding with the Empire, and he sees how the Empire treats their soldiers and people who work for them, and he sees the unnecessary cruelty that they do to get their way, and how they suppress people's rights. And so I think with all that, Hunter and Wrecker are going to come around and see that Crosshair has been punished enough. Like, he's not going to be on the side of the Empire. The Empire made him their prisoner. So that's going to be a really good episode to see. So overall, great season premiere for Star Wars The Bad Batch. Alright, that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you, have a great day.